everyone, and welcome to the Vintage Needle Crafter. My name is Laura. Welcome if you are new here, and welcome back returning viewers. This is my little corner where I love to sit down and discuss with you things that I am making, things that I have finished, knitting and crocheting, some spinning, and once in a while maybe other crafts that I get myself into. So how is everyone doing this week? I hope you all are having a good one. I hope you all are enjoying the last few days of summer. How was your Labor Day weekend? I hope it was well and that you enjoyed your time, maybe resting or catching up on your projects, maybe taking them along and visiting friends and family, cookouts, picnics, whatever you enjoyed. I hope you had a wonderful time. So I'm happy to see you all again. So first things I'm going to discuss with you are finished objects that I have this week and a couple of new works in progress that I have started. Lately, I have been trying to keep my videos a little bit shorter. I noticed that they are seeming to be getting a little bit more views than if I have a longer stretched out one that's like 30 to 40 minutes long. So I'll try to keep this one. I'm trying to keep them under 20 minutes if I can, because I know all of you are busy and some of you don't have a lot of time for lengthy podcasts. So with that being said, welcome here. Okay, the first thing I want to show you, I showed you this last week, but I'm going to try it on for you today. We're finally cooling down here in Illinois. We're having beautiful weather in the 70s, which is quite nice. So this is my version ranunculus. It's not the original ranunculus from Ravelry. It is my own design. And I call it my version ranunculus. So I've had this finished. I had it finished for you last time, but I did not try it on because we were having weather that was just so warm. And this is a worsted weight sweater. So it's thick, but yet light, but quite warm. It'll be nice this winter. So hold on as I try that on. Okay, got it on now, and I love the fit. It's always a joy. In my case, maybe you're the same as me. Do you enjoy just self-drafting your own patterns? Just going along with the yarn, enjoying the process, enjoying the knitting, the yarn, the stitch definition. I sure do. I've learned that self-drafting my own patterns gives me a much nicer fit, especially when I can keep trying the garment on. I do make things from patterns. It's just that a lot of times the majority of my makes are self-drafted. But here is the sweater. It's all complete. I can see the color changes in the stripes. I kind of like that. Yeah. But I love the length of the sleeves. Very nice. Now this is acrylic, so when it is washed, it's going to stretch out a bit. I had to keep that in mind too, as I didn't want this too snug and I didn't want it too loose. I wanted it just a perfect fit. The back. Yeah, it doesn't seem too warm with it on, so I may just decide to leave it on for a bit. But yeah, I enjoy doing this. I had made another one, and the one I was wearing just a moment ago, that was another my version ranunculus. I had knitted that one with wool that I had hand-dyed, which is why you could see all the little different colors and stripes and things, but I'll talk about that in just a moment. But yes, this one was done up with vintage yarn. It was a Sayel. I do believe, yarn, and sometimes I like the vintage yarns because of the stretchability that they used to have. Nowadays, they don't have a lot of that stretch. It's almost like elastic. And almost like elastic, the way it'll stretch. Very stretchy, and I really like that. It's not clingy, it's not too hot, and as always with acrylics, they do grow when you wash them, just slightly. They will grow a bit, but they're machine washable and dryable. You don't have to think about it. So yeah, got it complete, and now it's ready to be worn for cooler days. A little bit warm for today, so I'm going to switch back. Okay, and just like that, we're back again. The difference between acrylic and wool, as this one is 100% Corriedale wool, is that the wool tends to breathe and the acrylic does not. So acrylic is nicer for colder weather. Wool is a little bit more breathable, but it will shrink. Now, if you want to know how to make this, like I said before, I'll put a link in my description box that walks you through this beautiful yoke. And I give instructions for the sleeves and body as well. The tutorial is in 3 parts. Part 1 is the collar. Part 2 is the yoke. And if you want to stop with the yoke and do your own body and sleeves, you can. Part 3 is just the rest of it. So there we go. And like I say, this one is the same pattern. I just used a smaller needle and more stitches. And it was done with Corriedale wool that I had hand dyed. It was a brown, a mouse brown color. And I had over dyed it with different shades of reds and oranges and other shades of browns to give it an autumnal, and I've worn this so much, just to give it an autumnal feel, and different shades of, as you can see in the striping here. But yeah, and I dyed this just in my kitchen in a large kettle using food coloring. So if you're on a tight budget and you just like to experiment hand dyeing some wool, start with some Corriedale and yeah, just put that water, vinegar in the pan and let it steam. You don't want to boil it, and then add your food coloring in. There's lots of videos out there on YouTube. ChemKnits, if you check out ChemKnits, she may have some beginning hand dye videos. So yeah, I've worn this so much, I've just about got it worn out. Time to do another one, which is what I'm thinking on doing sometime in the future. All right, so there's that. Now, for the next completed thing, you've seen this before. I finally got it done, and I'm in the process of sewing on buttons. And I need to switch out thread because I did not like the thread on my buttons here. I was using a nylon thread, and it shows through there, so I'm going to switch to a red thread. But anyway, this is the sweater from Sheila's Knit Along. And it's finally finished. I'm so happy. And the fit is great. Now, the only little flaw that I done was, for some reason, I don't know if you can tell, but this sleeve is just a little bit, about an inch to a half inch longer than the other sleeve over here. And I'm not sure what I done. I'm going to tuck that thread in so you don't see that. But here it is. I just have to sew on the buttons. Sheila, thank you so much for putting out that tutorial. I have them marked here with the pins. Stand back a little bit. You can see I love this yarn. I love the shade of this yarn. It was just There, pull it down. It's long. It's a little bit long on me. It comes below my hips. And I know that when I wash it, it's going to stretch a little more, but that's fine. I'm not perfect at making 5-piece sweaters, but I really like the way this turned out. And I'm going to move this camera down again because it wants to keep moving. Oh, my apologies. A little too low. There we go. That's better, I think. Yeah, I really enjoyed making this, and I really want to do another one. I really want to try her raindrop pattern because I have yarn for that, and I'm wanting to, what else? I'm wanting to do a rosebud lace, but yeah, finally have this finished. So now it's just on to doing the buttons, finishing up the buttons, and I'll be all completed. It took me a while because I had to put it down here and there while I was working on other projects, and then it got really hot, and then I just didn't feel like working on it then. But now that fall is just around the corner, in fact, we've had fall temperatures, it's all complete and finished. So I'm happy to have finished her knit along. It was a lot of fun and a lot of joy making that. So that's what I have finished now this week. Now we're going to get into whips. Okay, and the first one I have, this is going to be given to someone. Oh, I'm kind of tangled. This is just a little baby blanket that I'm working on. And it is a corner-to-corner blanket. Look at the colors in this. Look at the colors in this yarn. Isn't it gorgeous? That's a better picture there. I love the colors in this yarn. And I'll show you the yarn in just a moment. I just have this little bit corner to do up here, and then it will be complete. But I love the colors in this blanket. It's so beautiful. I was going to do some kind of garment with it, but I thought, it's awfully bright to do a garment, and I just know someone, I'm thinking of someone is going to get this as a gift for their baby. Anyway, yarn for this is an Aran weight, Free Spirit Aran from Yarnsmiths. Now, when I bought this, it was on sale at Wool Warehouse for $1.29 a ball. But now it has bounced back up, and I think it's around $5 for a ball now. Beautiful colors in this yarn. It's 100% acrylic. It's an Aran weight, which is it's not a chunky. There are 185 meters to this, or 202 yards. It's a 100-gram ball, 3.5 ounce. So that is over at Wool Warehouse. And the colors are just spectacular on this. Spectacular colors. When you're crocheting it up or knitting it up, it's just and the colors are exciting. But yeah, I've almost got it complete. Corner to corner stitch. I looked on YouTube how to do it. And the crochet hook I am using is a 5.25 millimeter crochet hook. So I just have a little bit of this to finish. And then that will be complete. The way the colors are striping up are just amazing. There's the bottom. So I would definitely recommend that yarn for things like baby blankets. A cowl would have been really pretty with this too. Slipper socks would have been fun for a little gift for someone. Yeah. So there's that, and that's the yarn and hook that I used for that. So I'm almost completed with that. Now, the other thing I've got going on is something I've just casted on. This is knitting. I am making a top-down knitted sweater, and I'm wanting to learn how to do the raglan increases, and I want to do it with holes like here. I don't want this raglan seam. I'm wanting to do holes. So I'm trying to figure out in my mind how I'm going to do this. I'm sure I'll find it somewhere out there on YouTube and I'll just keep watching. But anyway, I just got it started. And this is with James C. Brett yarn. The same yarn that I used to make that other cardigan. And the other sweater that I made last season. I think it was last spring. But this is all I've got done. But look at the color changes on it. Isn't it just so pretty? And here's the yarn. It's got more autumnal tones to it. Yes, it's got a little bit of purple and blue, but the way the colors are is just like an autumn. It reminds me of autumn so much. And here is the ball. Now this yarn here is very hard to frog out if you are crocheting with it. Knitting, it seems to frog out pretty easily, so there's no problems with knitting. However, you're going to crochet with it, be very careful because make sure your stitches are correct. Go slow down because you'll be spending all day trying to frog it back if you can frog it back. So that's a close-up there. James C. Brett, and what colorway was this? This is shade 09, SH09, and there is a generous amount of yardage on these. I'm going to pull it up here. Now, it is a light number 2. It's what I would call a light number 2. I'll show you there, as you can see. Light number 2, and I'm knitting this on, these are number 5, Chiagoo 5, and then I'm going to switch over to a size 7 for when I do the body. Now, it has 80% acrylic and 20% wool. So if you're sensitive to wool, there is wool in this. And we have 550 meters or 601 yards. So I got 3 of these. That should be enough for a sweater. If I was crocheting, I'd probably need closer to 4. But I really decided to buy more of this yarn. I wasn't too pleased with it in the beginning because I was crocheting and it just didn't turn out. Now, I do have a crocheted piece that I made with this, and I will show you that again sometime. I made a hooded jacket that's in the granny stitch with this yarn. So I had to go slow and I couldn't frog it back. So I had to be very careful with my stitch counts and very careful it was going to fit. I didn't make any mistakes. I did make a couple little mistakes and I had to go back, but it was very hard. And I lost a few yards of yarn in the process. So there that is. Yeah. So this is just my start on that. I just got started on this. So yeah. And I think that's pretty much all I have to show you today. I did get started on my son's crochet cardigans. And I'll probably, as I get going on those, I'll show you again. I'll show you those next time. But for now, I think that's all I had to share with you. And oh, exciting news. I was so excited. I was scrolling through my Instagram. And my apologies, I haven't been very active on Instagram. I've just been so busy with life and everything. I haven't had time to post over there. Pretty much everything I talk about's right here on the YouTube channel. So that's where I'm mainly at, although I do have Instagram account. But anyway, I was scrolling through there and I saw that Carrie X is back. She's back. She is called Crochet with Carrie. Yeah, and I will link her channel in my description. She's got some exciting fall projects coming up here in the next week or two. She's back, and she says, I'm back and better than ever. I have made a few of her designs, and they are very nice. So crocheters, exciting news. Crochet with Carrie, or Carrie X, is back, and she'll be sharing her things on Instagram. She's on Instagram as Carrie X, and I think she's on YouTube, Crochet with Carrie. So yeah. Now, the only thing else I wanted to share with you today, I don't normally read things on my channel, but I wanted to share something from this book that I had gotten a while back from a thrift store. I am a Christian, as most of you know. And for those of you that would like to just say goodbye now and don't care to hear what I want to read, that's fine. And I will see you again next time, and you take care. But for those of you that want me to share, I thought I would read a little quote from Emily Barnes's book called Fill My Cup, Lord. This book was very encouraging for me because I don't talk about a lot of personal things on my channel, but I have went through some trauma in my life about 4 or 5 months ago, and it's something I've been enduring many years. But now the Lord has delivered me from it. So I'm on my healing path now. But I wanted to just read you this little quote here. This little paragraph. It says, filling my cup with thankfulness. This is about thankfulness. Filling my cup with thankfulness for the past, for instance, means taking a step beyond forgiveness and opening my arms to the circumstances that made me what I am today. It means developing a new attitude toward the people and events that influenced me. Even those who treated me ill or meant me harm. It means celebrating the good that God was able to do through those circumstances. As my attitude adjusts into a spirit of thanksgiving, I am able to see beautiful tracings of God's handiwork in my dark memories. For it was the turmoil and insecurity I knew in those days that made me so hungry to know a Father God that gave me such a yearning for a Savior. And you know, I am so grateful to the things that God has done in my life. So thankful that He has sent me healing. He has sent me miracles. So never give up in life. So with that, I'm going to leave you, and I will say goodbye for now. And don't forget to hit the like button, and please consider subscribing for more content. And I will see you all again on the next one. Bye, friends.